Cheers! How you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? Stealing from the devil right now on Beer Whisper Radio from Anthony Gomes. Anyway, cheers, man. How the heck are you? So I just picked these up this weekend. Oh gosh, the aromas on that are spectacular. This is the Alpha Pale Ale from Torn Label Brewing. What's going to throw you off here is the IBUs. Let me read this to you. 5.5%, 80 IBUs. Yes, I did not read that wrong, man. 80 IBUs, lots of hops. So 80 IBUs, that's a lot of IBUs for 5.5%, especially if you call yourself a pale ale. But anyway, this assertively hopped pale ale is one of Torn Label's year-round offerings. It is light in color and alcohol, but not in flavor. Packed full of juicy Pacific Northwest hops. This is a perfect session beer for hopheads. Well, 5.5, I wouldn't quite call this session, but I think I know what they're getting at, is that it's just damn easy to drink. It pours beautifully, though, as you can see here. Look at that nice head, man. That's just gorgeous. As Anthony Gomes finishes up, Beat Daddies are coming on. Telephone. Love me some Beat Daddies, man. So Pacific Northwest hops is rather broad. They don't tell you what specific hops. I have to make the leap that Cascade is involved, because typically if someone says Pacific Northwest, that's really what they mean is Cascade hops. A rather unsung hop of the Pacific Northwest is a Crystal, which is my personal favorite of the bunch. I really love a Crystal hop, but commercial brewers tend to really gravitate more towards Cascade. However, this aroma really makes me think of an Amarillo. I don't know what they're using. I'm just feeling Amarillo from the aroma. What I'm also feeling from the aroma, though, is even though this is clearly not a hazy or New England style pale ale, the aromas really, make you think of that style, because you have that creamy citrus going on, that dreamsicle. 50-50 bar, they called them in my neck of the woods when I was a kid. That orange popsicle with the vanilla ice cream in the middle. That's kind of the aromas that I'm getting here. Or the orange freeze we used to get at Foster Freeze back in the day. Anyway, that's what the aroma reminds me of, is the old orange freeze we used to get from Foster Freeze. Oh, anyway, I'm going to take a drink, because I was, my mind was going a different direction there for a second. Why don't you leave me alone? Yeah, so I got to believe if they're saying Pacific Northwest, I got to believe there's some Cascades in here. Now, Cascades are interesting hops because they can lead you in a lot of different directions. A Cascade will certainly give you some citrus, without a doubt, but it can also give you some botanical notes, like, say, pine-like notes as well. Whereas an Amarillo will give you a whole lot of citrus, usually predominantly orange. And a Crystal is very similar to a Cascade, but a little more subtle. I personally think a Cascade is a beautiful aroma hop. A good all-purpose hop. Oh gosh, it's gorgeous. Anyway, let me take another drink and I'll describe some flavors for you. So yes, a whole lot of citrus going on, a whole lot of orange. A lot of times an IPA or a pale ale like this, I almost said IPA, or I did say IPA, but I meant to say pale ale, will give you grapefruit as well. I'm not really feeling any grapefruit whatsoever. I'm feeling a whole lot of orange, which leads me to believe that I really feel like there's some Amarillo happening here. I feel like I'm getting some stone fruit in the middle, and I'm going to say it more in the form of apricot than anything else. It's not peach, it's not plum, it's not nectarine. Anyways, I digress. But the finish is exquisite as well, because you've got that sweetness at the beginning and the middle, and then it dries up nicely in the finish, where you get these nice, again, these herbal citrus-like notes, like orange blossom-like notes, along with orange zest-like notes. They just kind of dry everything up. You might even feel some honeysuckle in there. Quite frankly, it's absolutely brilliant. One thing I would like to say, though, is 80 IBUs, right? So a non-hop head is going to look at that and say, that's too hoppy for me. However, I don't think it is. Because a lot of folks will read that 80 IBUs and think, oh, that's going to be bitter. But it's not bitter. It is very hoppy. It gives you a lot of flavor, but it's not off-putting in any way. And I think a lot of folks are going to look at 80 IBUs and think, oh my Lord. But it really doesn't hit you that way. I'm not saying it's balanced, but I'm saying it's more balanced than the 80 IBUs would leave you to believe. Anyway, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm a fan, man. Torn label, I gotta tell you, man, I'm impressed. I'm a little upset that now that I'm having these beers now, that I didn't stop and see you when I was in your neck of the woods back in September. Because these beers are gorgeous, man. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the Oscar Pilsner, the Milk and Honey, damn, Alpha Pale. Anyway, it does have those creamy notes, though, right? This obviously isn't a New England or a hazy IPA, but it does have a lot of the flavors that a hazy or a New England style does embody. It's a very interesting beer. I certainly recommend it highly. Alpha Pale Ale, Torn Label. This beer is absolutely brilliant. I am. Who are you, Tom? Who cares? Who gives a rat's ass? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor, wisdom man. All around good guy as Studebaker John takes us out.